today's news, things have turned from bad to worse for USDT Tether, and this crisis level event that is approaching will likely be much worse than you think. One of the biggest black swans in history that could cripple assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum, but this would open up a pathway for XRP to take its place. As we can see firstly from Fox Business journalist Elena Terrett, a new consumer-first ad campaign is targeting Tether, calling it the next FTX. The next FTX crypto giant Tether ties to terrorist trafficking to be exposed through campaign to take down quote Ponzi scheme founded by former Disney child star. This is disastrous, and that is not all. A new digital billboard has appeared in New York City in Times Square of all places, accusing the world's largest stablecoin Tether of corruption. This is very, very serious news, and Wall Street are even releasing consumer alert warnings about Tether. Take a listen.
Is Tether the next FTX? They refuse to be independently audited. S&P gave Tether a high risk rating. They're chronically under investigation. Fraud, price manipulation. Maybe that's why Tether is the go-to cryptocurrency for the world's worst. The cartels that flood our streets with fentanyl. Global human trafficking networks. Tether thrives in the shadows. You've been warned. Tether. Tethered to corruption.
It seems that the United States are accelerating their efforts to rid themselves of USDT Tether and to move on to a new stablecoin that does listen and comply, like the new RLUSD Ripple stablecoin, which is 100% backed by the US government. We can see here from XRP Drops we have 8 examples, 8 on why you can't trust Tether. Protos stated that Tether has always maintained close links with Sam Bankman-Fried's former empire with FTX. Bloomberg has reports of money laundering and scammers. The Wall Street Journal reports Russia and sanctions, Hamas and North Korea, bank fraud, Vladimir Putin's war machine, terror financing, and then Bazinga reports organized crime. Now, let me get this clear. By no means, none at all am I stating to you that this is all true, but what I am highlighting to you is how serious now the United States is about dragging Tether's name through the dirt, ruining whatever credibility they previously had, all in order to destroy them, thus causing the next FTX collapse, a black swan event. But in my opinion, this one will be so much bigger than FTX, so much worse. In the words of Smoke here, if enough Tether traders asked for their dollars back at once, the company would have to liquidate the assets at a loss. And these losses would have a cascading effect into the regulated traditional financial system, resulting in a crash of the credit markets, which would be bigger, larger than Bernie Madoff. Seemingly, Tether's history is riddled with fraud, missed audits, and non-compliance with regulations. Quote, Tether's stability mechanism to maintain a dollar peg is imperfect and has been connected to crimes in 19 jurisdictions and the subject of various DOJ seizures. And further still, Tether recently announced their new gold-backed stablecoin, their Tether gold-pegged stablecoin. Tether's gold-backed stablecoin, in the words of Smoke, will be partially backed at best if it ever materializes, because Tether currently barely has precious metals like gold in its reserves, and even then, it's not exactly really even known how much of Tether's 5% precious metals reserve is even gold, therefore meaning that Tether is simply far too risky, which therefore explains why America is taking such a hostile approach right now towards USDT. The other reason though, why this could be a bigger black swan than FTX, should USDT be a Ponzi scheme of course, is because 50%, half of all Bitcoin and Ethereum trades involve Tether. That is not opinion, that is fact. Bitcoin and Ethereum, the number 1 and number 2 cryptos, are both therefore in a lot of trouble should Tether collapse. Maybe though, that is the reason why MiCA stablecoin regulations don't support Bitcoin and Ethereum or USDT. These regulations are in fact a ploy by the global elites to destroy what they can't control and take all the control back for themselves. There are now 2 upcoming dates for the MiCA stablecoin regulations, crypto regulations for the EU, which has already been confirmed that these regulations may be used as the foundation for the rest of the world regulations and policies as well. The dates are June 30th, which is only 11 days away now for stablecoin regulations to go into effect, and the end of this year, December 30th, where the rest of MiCA regulations go into effect as well. And now exchanges all around the world are starting to make the shift to remain compliant with these new regulations. And I actually covered this in a previous video, that currently there are 1 billion euros worth of fines that are being rolled out as we speak, or about to be, because many exchanges right now, from Binance to Coinbase all the way down to OKX, still have non-MiCA compliant assets like Tether on their platform. As we can see from the Digital Pound Foundation here, Uphold has notified its European customers that it will cease support of 6 stablecoins effective July 1st. Aligning with MiCA stablecoin regulations, users must convert these stablecoins by June 28th, which is only 9 days away from now, after which they will be automatically converted to USDC Circle. Stablecoins are going to be pivotal to moving big money, institutional money, trillions of dollars across the new financial market, which you can hear a little bit here about the significance of this from Paul Barron. Take a listen.
EU implemented the largest comprehensive crypto regulation businesses really to date. We haven't seen anything to this level. Markets in crypto assets, which is what it basically stands for, provisions now on stablecoins will come into force. Let me kind of zoom in on that for you guys. Markets in crypto assets is what that stands for. The MiCA provisions now will basically be allowing stablecoins to come into force on June 30th. This is just around the corner, 2024, and the whole regulation will come into force at the end of the year. Now, this is moving very fast, but remember, I think it was a year before last when we started first reporting on this, and we've had several interviews with some of the teams over in Europe around what the future of this holds. And this is the thing, when you look at big money moving at the pace in which it's going to be moving into the crypto markets, whether it's through stablecoins, which I think is still the gateway to all of this, this is where things get really interesting. If you look at the timeline here, this was June 23, the publication came out. October 23, their first consultation package, which is where they were looking for changes. June of 24 is where we're going to see the entry into application on Title 3 and 4. And of course, at the end, we're way down the pipeline right now, guys, in terms of hitting the December mark, but also just getting launched. So this is going to happen very quickly. And a lot of companies, and including a lot of asset managers, I think, are just going to start looking at what's happening in the EU as a whole.
And it is for this reason why the collapse of USDT, which could result in the crippling of Bitcoin and Ethereum, may result in XRP replacing them all, thanks to their new RLUSD and their partnerships. Firstly, we can see an example here from Edward Farina. Brad Garlinghouse confirmed in this interview the reason effectively why Ripple and XRP will succeed is because Ripple only works with regulators, the ones creating the policies for this new world. Take a listen.
The pushback for Jamie Dimon, who was on the program last week, saying, look who's using crypto, terrorists, look who's using sex traffickers.
My reaction to that is terrorists and sex traffickers use cash. If you look on a percentage basis, I'm not trying to say that any new technology, bad actors can use any new tool. Bad actors will use AI. Bad actors will use crypto. I think there are a lot of very good actors in crypto who are doing the right thing. Ripple only works with regulated financial institutions. You can't have anonymous transactions using Ripple's technology. So, some of those things I think are good political talking points. They're not reality. Yeah.
But that is not all. Ripple's influence is worldwide, and XRP is to be used for payments across the borders, cross-border payments, and now with their new stablecoin, they have solidified their standing with these institutions, confirming XRP's takeover and why XRP in the future will be worth thousands of dollars. Take a listen.
You'll have seen last year we had an announcement that we're now a node in the Ripple ODL network. So Ripple use us to handle payouts for multinational companies moving treasury from one part of the world to another. We cover Europe, the UK, and the US. And it's been a very exciting business for us. It's exciting to see the utility use case of a major crypto in action. We can see the flows being used. We can see major fintechs and financial institutions using it day to day. And, it's for us, it's a fantastic piece of business. And we're big believers in blockchain technology. We're not really so interested in crypto as a speculative vehicle. And here's an example of how blockchain is being used to serve a major problem in traditional financial infrastructure. So yeah, we're very excited to be part of it. Yeah, well, we're hugely excited about the stablecoin. I think it's good news for the XRP project. It's good news for XRP holders. Our view is that it's likely to increase transactionality on the network. It will encourage more people to build on the XRP ledger. We saw, an example would be, we saw in Cardano last year, they introduced a stablecoin on their ledger midway through the year. And it tripled development activity on Cardano within 6 months. And I heard that from one of the founders. So I think it's going to be a tremendous step forward, actually. And also, I'd imagine, if you're going in and talking to a major bank to adopt XRP as a way of moving value, it's going to be so much easier to talk about a stable coin. Banks don't employ people who understand crypto, but for them to understand a stablecoin, it's going to make it a much easier sell, I think, to get adoption.
Certainly.
One of the most important things we want to do is introduce the ability for people to earn a yield on XRP held on a hold. So you can expect an announcement next quarter. We're very excited about that.
You said next on?
Next quarter.
Next quarter.
Next quarter. We're working on it now, and we've got some very exciting news to come.
Soon, the world, just like you, I hope, will realize that XRP is not really a crypto. It's not determined by its market cap, or at least it shouldn't be. XRP is a currency with real-world use cases. The CTFC nor the SEC has regulatory authority over currencies. XRP is a bridge currency, a supranational currency, and Ripple's compliance with governments and regulators will allow XRP to take over to cannibalize Bitcoin and Ethereum and USDT, as USDT is heading for the gutter. XRP is going to become number one, which is why 50 cents is nothing compared to XRP and where it can go in the future. So don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.